Hello. My name is Kwesi. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Kwesi. Today we are going to continue to talk about the interview questions for work visa. If you did not watch my earlier videos, please go get it and watch it. My earlier videos spoke about the work visa interview process, and I have another video which also spoke about the work visa application process. Please get it, watch it, and let's continue with the video. Stay with me. Welcome back. I'm going to give you full details about classified questions. These are classified questions. You wouldn't find these questions anywhere. The embassy wouldn't put this on their websites for you to see that these are the questions they are going to ask you during the interview. These are 100% classified questions. And as I'm going to tell you these questions, please take it very serious. They are very important things you should know. So stay with me. Let's do this. Question number 1. During the interview, they will ask you, what's the name of your boss? If they ask you what's the name of your boss, you should know who your boss is, and you should have your contact with your boss. You can just go ahead and say, oh, my boss is this, my boss is that, and you can tell him, I keep in contact with my boss. I chat with him very often. We spoke about this, we spoke about that. Let them know you know who your boss is. You cannot be getting a job without knowing who is the one who employed you. So you should know the name of your employer, who is your boss. They will ask you, is your boss a Chinese or a foreigner? You can answer, my boss is Chinese, or you can say, my boss is a foreigner. They will continue to ask you, if your boss is Chinese, how did your boss conduct the job interview with you? Your answer should be very simple. You tell them, my boss is Chinese, and he can speak some little English. Or you can go ahead and tell them, my boss is Chinese, but then during the interview time, there was a translator who was translating the Chinese questions into English for me, so I could understand the question and I answered the question back in English, and the translator translated to Chinese to my boss. If you think this video is good, like it. If you think it's great, subscribe it. If you have any questions, please don't forget to comment down below. They will ask you, what's going to be your position in the company? You should simply answer the question. You are a sales manager, you are a logistic manager, or you are this or that. Very simple. And go ahead, show them the contract that yes, you are the sales manager, or you are going to be the sales manager of the company. They will ask you, what's going to be your daily duties working in the company? Your answer should be very simple. You are the sales manager, so you are in charge of the foreign customers. Any foreign customer who wants to buy something, you be in charge of it. They will ask you, how many years have you been working in this field? You should tell them, you've been working in this field for 3 years, you've been working in this field for 4 years. You should never tell them you've been working in this field for less than 1 year, because your recommendation letter, your 2 years recommendation letter says you've been working in this field for at least 2 years. So if you go telling them you've been working in this field for less than 2 years, then you lied. So remember, if they ask you, how many years have you been working in this field? It should be 2 years or more. Your answer should be consistent with the form that you filled. In filling the form, you remember you wrote you have some number of work experience, so your answer should be very consistent with the form that you filled. They will ask you, how many people work in this company? If you know the answer, you can tell them. But then if you don't know the answer, you tell them, I don't know. Because actually, you are not supposed to know the number of people who work in your company. You are not the boss. Or are you supposed to be a magician to know how many people work in your company? Yours is to work in your position. Yours is not a managerial position where you must know everybody who work in the company, or you must know the number of people who work in the company. So if you know, you tell them, oh, there are this number of people working in the company. If you don't know, just say you don't know, and both answers are right. They will ask you another tricky question, and with this tricky question, please, if you know, say you know and answer. If you don't know, say you don't know. They will ask you, who are the shareholders of the company? As a worker, you are not supposed to know this. Or if you know it, then it's good. But then, if you don't know, just say you don't know. Because yours is to just work. You are not supposed to know the shareholders of a company. Who knows all the shareholders of Coca-Cola company? Who knows all the shareholders of Alibaba company? So, if you don't know, just say you don't know. But then, if you know, you tell them you know. For some small export and import companies, if you are lucky, your boss can give you the shareholder information of the company. But then some companies, they wouldn't give you the shareholder information of the company. So if you know, you say, I know the shareholders, they are 3, they are 4. If you don't know the shareholders, you say you don't know. And both answers are right. If you think this video is good, give me a good comment. If you think this is great, like it. If you think it's wonderful, subscribe and share with family and friends. They will ask you, do you know that working in another company aside the company who employed you is illegal? You tell them yes. You know the Chinese rules, and your employer told you all the rules concerning a work visa. So when you go to China, you are only going to work in the company that's employing you. You are not going to work in any other company. They will ask you, will your company give you medical insurance? If your company will give you medical insurance, you tell them your company is giving you medical insurance. If not, you tell them you bought your own medical insurance for 1 year or 2 years. Lastly, they will ask you, who will help you in case of emergency whilst in China? You can tell them your co-workers will help you in case of emergency whilst you're in China. When you arrive in China, you give them the contact of your family, so that just in case if there's an emergency, your co-workers or your boss will quickly contact your family back home. Stay tuned for the segment of Ask Kwesi. Welcome to the segment of Ask Kwesi. This segment of Ask Kwesi, we have a question from Kofi MC Sharp. I think he's from Ghana. And his question is, hello Kwesi, I have gotten admission to study at Peking University, but CSE results will be released in July according to my professor. I am looking out for a plan B since I have already been granted a Belt and Road scholarship, though I'm awaiting CSE. Could you assist me secure some other Chinese educational funding? Kwesi's answer was, you cannot be granted 2 Chinese government scholarships. It's impossible. Most of the time, it's possible for you to get only 1 Chinese government scholarship. For other educational funding here in China, you can get some funding from private companies who have cooperation with your school. So you can look out for some private funding when you get admitted into the school. But then the private companies will not fund you, because your school will inform those private companies that you are already on a government scholarship. Thank you for watching my video. Like and subscribe my channel. If you have any questions, comment down below. Don't forget to share this with family and friends. Thank you. God bless you.